Alrighty guys, so in this video we are actually going to be working with Unity. Okay, so we have downloaded and installed Unity Hub and Unity, as well as the Visual Studio IDE or Notepad for us to write down the codes. And in this video we're actually going to be working with Unity. Okay, so the content for this video would be to actually learn about Unity layouts. Okay, and also we're going to be installing the assets in two different ways. I'm going to be showing two different ways, working with the camera a bit, and then actually getting to use the Unity asset. Okay, now I have linked this video with the link where you can find all the assets that I have used for this project, but you don't have to necessarily use that. Okay, I'll show you guys how you can search for free assets over the internet as well and use them and download and use them for your project. Okay, so first let's look at Unity. Okay, so we're gonna actually switch back out of here and we'll go to Unity. So this is what you most likely are seeing at the moment on your Unity engine. Okay, now I know this may be daunting, and that's one of the reasons I have chosen to do projects like this, because I've always found students, especially younger students, always do well when they are just working towards a project. So if this interface, if this screen really intimidates you, which it can be, okay, don't really worry about it, because we don't need to learn every single of whatever we see right now. Okay, now I'm just not going to go into the details of the layout, but just so you guys know, okay, this on the left, okay, on the left of my screen is where we would be having the items or objects of our game. Okay, so this place is called hierarchy, and we'd see this space in action quite a lot. Okay, and this is, as you can see, is where you basically make your game. Okay, so you can see how they're like grids. Okay, so you can place blocks and stuff and characters and everything. Again, there's this tiny camera, okay, of the game, and you can see how there's this is the camera. The only thing right now our game has is just the camera. Now obviously we're making games, so we need to know how to play our game, and that would be this button over here at the top. Okay, at the very top you have this pause button and then the play button. So whenever you press the play button, you would be able to essentially play whatever you have coded or whatever you have added. Right now we have nothing really, so I mean we won't have anything, and it just shows us the default color. Okay, so I'll just press this play button again to exit out of the play mode. All right, and I will talk about a lot more about what we see on the right. As you can see, there's a lot of information. We don't really need to worry about them for the moment. Okay, now so that's Unity for us, and that the only thing we need to worry about is how we can play and how we can get out of this play to so how we can exit the play mode. Okay, as you can see, my computer is like, sometimes it goes really slow. Now that's all we need to worry about for the moment, because we are going to be moving into adding our assets. Okay, and there are essentially two ways to add assets. One of them is to actually, if you have any link, like Muin, if you are using Muin, you can just download it, and we're going to be seeing that first. And the other one is actually using Unity Store, which is quite cool. I do encourage you guys to do that as well. But first, let's look at the asset that I have. What I've done is I've actually I've actually created a folder on this link that you can use. You should be able to find the link under the announcements, and so you can click on there. So click on the announcement, you'd find the link. Just go there and you'd be able to get access to all the files. Okay, so if I go to my my Chrome and just paste the link, you can see how I have all the files. And what I want to do is I want to download this onto the actually you can download it anywhere. It doesn't really matter where you're downloading it, because you can drag the items into Unity, but I'm just going to do it in the proper way. Okay, so you can download all the items. So I'm going to select all of it. So I'm holding down Shift, and I'm holding down Shift so I can select all the items. Okay, and then I'm going to download it. So I can right click and download, and it would start zipping everything. Okay, and it should start downloading your files. Now, as it's downloading, it's important to know where we have our files. Okay, so you can just open up the files section. Okay, you can just do this arrow key and show in folder. Alright, I'm going to cut it, Control X, and come back to my project, which, if you guys remember from my other video, it was on my desktop. Okay, so as I said, there are like multiple ways, honestly. So I can just go into the folder geometry invaders and just paste it here. Okay, just paste it here, or you can paste it anywhere you want. Now I'm gonna just paste it here for the moment. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here, and then I'm gonna unzip it. So to unzip, just click on it, then right click and press extract all, and this will allow you to extract all. It'll automatically by default like extract at the folder this file is in. Okay, so you don't have to really do anything here. Just press extract, and there you can see how you have all the files under that folder. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It won't necessarily appear in your Unity. Okay, it won't appear in your Unity right away. Okay, that is because you'd only see, and this is the time where we're going to be focusing on this file here, on this section here. You can see under this project, you can see there's something called assets. Okay, now everything you do for this project would be stored under assets. Okay, keep that in mind, under assets. The reason I'm saying assets like that is because if I go back to the folder, you can see how there's this file. Okay, there's this folder rather that's called assets. Now you can see how it has a scene. Now I want to have another folder here that allows me to store my art assets. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and create a folder here. Let's call it art assets. Okay, and I'm going to copy everything that I have here. Okay, I'm going to copy or cut, whatever you want to do. Copy everything, and then go to assets, art assets. Okay, and just paste everything. Now what this does is, if you now open Unity, okay, you can see how it's taking some time, because now under assets we only had scenes before. Now we also have art assets, and all those what we have pasted, they appear under the folder. Okay, really nice and easy to use. Also, we don't have to necessarily go in this route. Okay, we don't have to do this. We can just, I'm going to literally delete this now, delete the art assets, because I want to show you guys one other way. So if I just delete this folder, okay, I can actually create folders from Unity, and this is something that I would recommend. I won't recommend you to externally create folders. It's nothing against it, like you can do that, as you saw, and I do that from some time to time, but most of the time I will be creating folders from Unity. Okay, so again, I'll just click on asset, and then on this space here I'll just right click, then select the option create, and then select the option folder. I'll just name it art assets. Okay, and right now art assets, that this folder is empty. So if I go in, there's nothing in it. Okay, now here's the easy part. We can actually drag and drop stuffs in Unity. So if I just like if I just hold this window and like put it in the side, you can see from my folder, the folder that I have all the images in. Okay, if I bring my Unity back up, not that, my bad. If I bring my Unity, okay, here, you can literally drag and drop items. So if I hold like this and drag it, you can see how it goes inside the art assets folder. You can drag them in. So you have multiple options of dragging items. Okay, I'm just going to drag these images in. So green square, red circle. Okay, so this is how you would do, how you'd copy stuffs if you have the images or your, let's say, videos or anything inside on your computer. Okay, you just drag and drop and they would be added. The other way would be for you to actually look for art assets. Okay, and that's something that I would want you guys to do as well from time to time. So let's have a look. So I'm going to look for 2D neon Unity assets. Okay, I'm just going to add free. So on Google, you can just go and type a free 2D Unity assets, and you'd be able to find different sort of materials. Now you don't have to do neon. I just wanted to choose neon, but you don't have to. And this is the one that I'm using. Okay. And yeah, it would allow you to select that item. Now, if you press add to my assets, okay, it will actually add that to your Unity account. Okay, so you'd need to sign in with the ID that we created earlier. Okay, and that would allow you to actually download the file. Okay, so I have typed up my username and password. Actually, my Unity ID is a different one to the one that I'm using right now, so I had to kind of like log out and type that one in. Anyway, so if you press sign in, it will log you into your Unity ID. You may not have to sign in, like if you have just recently signed in, so you maybe just you maybe are in your account of the Unity, so it should be okay anyways. Right, so once you are logged in, you just press open in Unity, and it'll actually prompt you to if you want to open it in the Unity editor, and we do want that. Okay, so you're going to press open Unity editor, and this will take you to something called package manager. Okay, you don't need to really worry about package managers right now. All you need to do, all you need to know is this is how you download any sort of assets. So you can see how Unity opens up the file that we need. Okay, so press this import button at the bottom right, and they'll ask you how many items you want to import from the package. Now I do want all of them. Okay, so you can just press import and it would be added to your account. Now as I already have the items, I'm not going to really import them, because if I do, there would be some clashes, because some of the files may clash with one another. But you guys can do this. You can press import and you can have the items stored. Okay, so you can do like you can import assets in any of the ways. Okay, in any way you want. Okay, let's actually show you. Okay, let's just press import. Okay, let's actually show you how that would work. So it will actually create you another folder with the name that they have here. Okay, so here it says neon shapes. That would actually give you this folder. All right, now I have encountered this error whenever I've used this neon shapes file. Okay, as you can see here at the bottom, and this is where you'd normally see errors, and I know it may be hard to notice, but there are better ways to see errors. They usually appear here in console. Okay, so if you press console, it'll show you all the errors. Now these errors, we don't have to really worry about it for the moment. You can just press launch. Okay, and the error report at the bottom, they would actually go away. Okay, so yeah, you don't need to worry about it. So you have items, like same items under art assets. That's something you can download from the link, and also you can have the neon shapes, which has pretty much the same thing. Okay, except the PNGs are stored in a PNG file. Okay, at this point I'm actually going to delete my art assets, because because a lot of you may have imported and I don't want you guys to be confused. So I'm just going to delete my art assets folder. You can keep it, doesn't really matter. We are working from the neon shapes folder. Okay, so I'm just deleting it, clicking on it, and then press delete. You can delete the items. Right, now we're going to talk about camera. Okay, so we're going to talk about camera, and then we are just going to be setting up the background for the scene. Okay, so in the scene view, you can see how scene, well, it has nothing really at the moment, and I'm going to just talk about the camera really quickly. So click on the camera item here on the hierarchy that is on the left of your screen, okay, the top left, and that would give you a whole host of options here. We really don't need to worry about them right now, okay? All you need to worry about, or like know, is this background option. Okay, see this background option? You can change the color of your background from this button. Okay, you can see how you can change the color to anything you like, and that actually changes the background of the game. Okay, so when you launch, you would find that as your color. You can actually, when you're playing, like when you're in this play mode, you can still edit stuff. Okay, just so you can test it out, but they're not going to be staying when you exit out of play mode. Okay, like let me show you. So let's say I was the color was yellow. If I turn into dark blue or something, okay, press X. Actually, in some Unity they do keep the setting, but you can see how it brings me back to yellow. So yeah, keep that in mind. In some Unity they would allow you to keep the setting, but yeah. Okay, so this is how you change the color. By the way, there's this game tab here at the top. Okay, just have a look at my screen. So here, just in the game tab, you can choose this option called maximize on play, and also there's this mute audio. We don't have any audio, so we don't need to worry about that. You just press maximize on play, okay, and then you press play. It would take up this screen. Okay, so it'll get rid of all these files or all these options that you saw earlier on the right and the left. Okay. It's a good option. This I do maximize on play when I'm actually testing the feature out, but usually I won't have this part on. Okay, so you can turn this one back off by just clicking on it. Now that's how you change the color of your background. Okay, but so you just click on the camera and then select the background option, and yeah. Now I don't necessarily want a solid background color for the moment because I do have a background selected. Okay, I do have a background selected, well, not selected, like kind of I want that item for my game. Okay, now it actually doesn't come with neon PNG, the neon shapes. Like if you go to PNG, you won't have that. Okay, it's basically it's a file that I've used over the years. Okay, so you can only find that from my folder. Okay, the folder that you guys downloaded. All right, you can see in the folder that I downloaded, there is this file called background 1920 by that's pixel resolution. Okay, you can just download it, well, drag and drop it, chuck it anywhere you want, and then put it there. Okay, and then all I need to do is drag the item. You can either drag it on the hierarchy or on the scene. Now here's the thing, if you try to drag anything, okay, to the game, when this game tab is selected, you won't be able to. Okay, so I'm trying to hold and drag it, but I can't. I need to go and click on the scene, okay, on the scene button, and then I can just hold the background and drag it in like that. I can either drag it here or I can drag it here on the left on the hierarchy. Okay, once you do that, it gets selected. Well, it doesn't, like it gets added to your game. Then I press play, and you'd be able to see that background as your that image as your background. Okay, you can do maximize on play as well. So if you just click on the game tab, press maximize on play, press launch, you will have that particular background as your that particular image as your background. Now there are multiple things to be concerned about here. Okay, one of them is special when you try to play or you have other items on your scene, you may or may not see the entire view of the game. Okay, which is quite complicated. Like there's this option called size for the camera. You can increase the size and decrease it. I wouldn't recommend it. We are going to be coding it in a way, so it's really simple. Again, the whole point, the whole approach to these videos are to keep things minimal, so you don't get loaded with information. All right, so don't need to worry about it, but just keep in mind there would be some cases where you don't see the entire screen, but that is okay. Okay, when I say the entire screen, I mean you don't see the entire level, but that is okay for the moment. Okay, we are going to be adding some simple scripts, okay, that would solve that issue. So yes, in this video we covered how we can work with the Unity layout. Okay, how there's this camera. Also now we know the hierarchy, and we have every game object would appear under this hierarchy. Okay, We also have learned about this project tab here at the bottom, where you would have everything under the assets folder. Okay, and we've also seen how we can manually, okay, outside of Unity, you can create folders and drag stuffs, or create folders and copy or paste stuffs under the assets folder, and they would appear here in your Unity. Okay, and in Unity you can actually drag items, so any sort of image that you have, you can literally, quite literally, if I just drag this red PNG in, okay, because again, you can't drag it when you are on the game tab, okay, you need to click on the scene in order to drag the file either here or there. Now I wouldn't want you guys to be dragging the stuffs right just now, okay, just yet, because you can see if I drag it in, it just hides behind it. So we are going to be learning all about these in the upcoming videos. All right.